Stop building your circular walls in Tiny Glade like this. Build a circular building, select the wall eraser tool and make it the smallest size possible, and then erase the smallest segment of the building possible. That turns the building into a wall. You can then make it a perfect circle by just pulling the two end nodes together, and there you have your circular wall. Did you know you can make a fire pit in Tiny Glade? Start by raising up some land, creating a circle in the middle. This is the tricky part. You have to get it so you can put this tiny little platform right at the bottom and then add the walls of your fire pit around it. Rather than trying to make a perfect circle with the wall tool, you take a circle building tool and then erase a tiny segment of the wall with the erase tool, and then take the two nodes at the edge and join them up like so. You then take a chimney and pop it on the platform right at the bottom to act as the smoke, and then add some lights around the side to act as the flame. Adjust these to get the lighting perfect, and there you'll have your perfect little fire pit. Not many people know this, but you can actually make stained glass windows in Tiny Glade. Ignore the actual windows for now and take the arrow slits. You want to place a column of 6 in the middle, hold control so that they don't link together and make a longer one, and then either side you want a column of 5. Then select the colour of each section of glass using the palette tool, and then you want to build a wall. I like to build a small section of wall and then extend one of the nodes so that it's a perfectly straight line. Now add the biggest size arch window to this wall and line it up so that the muntin bars cover the edges of the arrow slits. Then you just need to turn it to nighttime and enjoy your stained glass window. Making stained glass windows on curved buildings is a little bit harder but still doable. Create 2 buildings of equal size and turn one of them into a wall. You want to add the window to this wall and change the colour of it so it's easier to line up. You need to line it up so that the colour of the other building isn't shown through and that all of the muntin bars from your window can be seen. You can do this by changing the size of the inner building. Once you've got them lined up perfectly, you can then take the inner building and add on your arrow slits. Again, you want a column of 6 in the middle and 2 columns of 5 either side. Change the colour of these to be the stained glass pieces, and then simply line the windows up and change it to night. Here are 4 different ways you can add steps in Tiny Glade to help diversify your builds. We all know that we can add a path near a platform to add stairs, but what happens when you need more than 4 stairs? Hands down, my favourite way to add stairs is using mini platforms. Just create the smallest size platform you can and repeat this again and again and again, changing the height each time until you reach your desired level. This is my favourite method because it makes creating curved staircases super easy. My favourite way to create smaller stairs is to use wooden arches. First create a path and then add fences to these paths so that they become the arches, and then line them up to the wall and lower the height for each step. You can create similar stairs using brick walls. You don't actually need the path for this, but you need to be aware that any wall wider than 3 bricks will have variable heights. If you want to create stairs wider than this, create your wall first and then cut it using the scissors tool so that each segment is no more than 3 bricks wide. Did you know you can make rocky cliffs in every single environment in Tiny Glade? It took me so long to figure it out, but you simply add a path. It works for almost all elevations and smoothness, and it's perfect for creating things like ruins. Clutter in Tiny Glade is random, but did you know you can actually make benches? Start by drawing a path where you want your bench to be and then add a fence. I like to build a house for reference so I know the scale of my bench. And then you want to drag out the fence to the width of your bench and then make it as small as possible. Repeat that 3 times and then adjust the heights so all the panels are the same height. For the back of the bench, you're going to do exactly the same and just make the fence a little bit taller. I like to do 2 and then leave gaps in between just because I think it looks a bit more like a real bench. If you like it as it is, you can leave it here, but I think it's more realistic to have arms on the bench. So you simply take a smaller piece of fence and make it in between the height of the seat and the top of the bench, and it makes perfect little armrests. And there you have your realistic custom bench in Tiny Glade. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you're going to build next.